Hey everyone, welcome to Train of Thought. I'm Johnny, your conductor, and I'm not going to name names, but if the person Googling Rouge the Bat Rule 34 on the train's central computer system could, please stop that, I would greatly appreciate it.
And I'm Daro, which is just an alias for my real name, Canadian Fugitive Game Dude. I am
Holy
so
shit.
rude.
Alex? I never knew. Anyway,
Speaking of babies,
I was going to say, today we're not talking about Rouge the Bat Rule 34 or Game Dude. Or Game Dude Rule 34. In fact, we're talking about quite the opposite.
so baby shows.
Babies! Hey, you guys like this podcast. Maybe some of my videos too. That means you're a bunch of babies. Let's talk about something a little bit more on your level and on mine. I'm also a baby.
Babies, we were all one once. We had a television in our house, maybe.
Arguably, some of us never stopped.
There was TV on as a baby, and they
sure
were
was.
shows that were designed to make you learn, because the most important part of childhood is not having fun or having a good time. It's learning, and you gotta learn about your ABCs one way or another, and this is why Elmo's here to teach you about how to dance.
Yeah. You gotta learn about your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s and your poops and P's, and how to dance.
How to wipe your butt.
I hope most fucking kid shows didn't go in detail on that.
So I had a VHS thing. It was
well, I'll start the timer.
There's this I don't know what the heck VHS it was for, but it was it was live action, and it was a girl, and she had a big stuffed bear plush, and I don't know anything about this tape outside of the memory of her using the bear plush to show you how to wipe your butt.
Was it like an adult woman, or was it like a child who just was playing
Too
with
long
the
ago
toy?
for me. This is in the neurons of disconnected portion of my brain.
I'm just trying to get a visual for whether this is oh yeah, Mr. Bear likes to wipe his ass, or if it's okay kids, here's how to wipe your butt after you take a shit.
I think she was younger, but not he likes to wipe his butt like the Charmin Bears, you know? The Charmin Bears didn't exist back then. This was probably
This inspired the Charmin Bears.
I highly doubt that this was made after 2000, but
Oh, okay. It's one of those really ancient ones. I mean, that's
ancient
that's a
as in
hole.
the 90s, you know.
That's practically the Stone Age. I wasn't around yet. I mean,
Okay.
fuck, I was just gonna say, that's a whole rabbit hole in and of itself, is those fucking low budget direct to video kind of things, where it's I mean, the Kazoo Kid one is probably the most famous one, but I mean, there are a lot of those. It's kind of an unexplored frontier. I was personally more familiar with a lot of the baby shows that aired on television, especially on fucking... These are words I used when I was a baby. Especially on fucking goddamn PBS.
On Goo Goo Gaga.
Goo Goo Gaga. It's he's gonna say his first word. Fuck. That's a good one, Timmy. You're gonna be using that one a lot. But yeah, I watched a lot of PBS, and I watched a lot of Nick Jr.
That was I think that was... What was it, Nick Jr. back then?
It was. I mean, Nick Jr. was the programming block, but they also had.
Oh no, I was thinking. You know what? No, I was thinking of Playhouse Disney, which turned into Disney Jr.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. I was gonna say the direction I thought you were going down, which is a whole other rabbit hole, is
Noggin was different.
Yeah, I was gonna say Noggin, which was the spin-off channel. I just asked a coworker if he'd heard of Noggin the other day, and he said no, and I felt like an ancient fucking fossil of a human being.
I think they deleted Noggin. I think Noggin got canceled.
Noggin does exist in some form, because guess what? I was checking my
Oh, it's a streaming service now.
Yeah, I was looking at my expenses, and I think my niece might have started paying for the Noggin streaming service on my card accidentally. So I actually had to cancel a Noggin subscription. So I got an email because I canceled it a while ago, and it's like, okay, but you paid until like the 15th or whatever, so it'll keep going. So I got an email a while ago that's like, your Noggin subscription has expired.
I never wait, but I don't even know if, because I'm like looking it up and it's like, oh, Noggin, and then it's like, oh, they also had the teen block with the N, and it's like,
I know nothing about the N.
What's with this like baby show channel having like Degrassi or whatever?
Yeah, you'd think that they'd want to do it in such a way where like they keep the teen stuff over on regular Nickelodeon, because they had a block for that anyway. That's a little weird.
There was a channel, Teen Nick, right?
Yeah, Teen Nick became its own spin-off channel at some point. Okay, it looks like Noggin was dormant for a couple years before they. I
never liked the Noggin face as a kid. I didn't like it.
I don't know if I like the Noggin face. I did like the. I love
the Wikipedia picture with like Mr. Meaty over here or whatever.
Mr. Meaty.
No, that's not Mr. Meaty. That's like there was a show where it was like some guy. It was like chins with like googly eyes.
Ubi?
You know what?
Where it's the hands?
Let's just ignore this because I'm lost.
Okay. I was gonna say, as far as Noggin goes, since we're going down this rabbit hole, I wasn't a fan of the head, but I did like the characters, Moose and Z, the mascots of Noggin.
Oh, I think I remember those.
Bumpers. Yeah, I'll send you a picture. They were pretty good. I like them.
I remember those guys. Yeah, those guys are cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. And getting into the actual programming, this might be able to lead us down a few paths. One of the things that I really enjoyed on Noggin, because I was a Sesame Street baby, so I loved Sesame Street. They had a spin-off called Play With Me Sesame that's really weird in retrospect, because it's just kind of Muppets on a green screen, and Ernie is played by a different person for some of it, because I guess Steve Whitmire was too busy. So that's weird. And I remember they had a lot of like flash games for Play With Me Sesame. I seem to recall there's one where you have to put shit in like Bert's oatmeal. It's like, oh yeah, thanks for putting in fucking marshmallows or whatever the fuck. And I was like, it made like such a glopping like sound when you put something in the oatmeal, like.
I hate to use a sound. I hate to use a soundboard sound on a podcast, but I think this is the exception, because it would. When you say like a glopping sound, I think of like.
No, not like, it was wetter. It was wetter than that. It was like I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's like a Kid Picks like bucket tool sound.
All right, I can gather.
Yeah, like it's not super gross, but
Sonic
it's like
Adventure
a little
1 splat noise.
Yes, kind of like that. I wonder if anybody ever archived those Flash games. I feel like a lot of baby shows had those sort of like educational Flash games, or they had like other kinds of computer games. There
was a Dora one, there was a Go Diego Go one. They were both in 3D on the computer.
Go Diego Go. Can we talk about Go Diego Go for a second? Because what the fuck? Am I the only person on this earth who loved Dora the Explorer when I was younger, but I didn't really like it was like, hey, I'm Dora, you spending time with me today? I'm like, oh yeah, Dora, my friend. And then it'd be like, here's my cousin Diego, and now you're gonna watch his show, Go Diego Go. And it's like, I don't know, I wanna, can I hang out with Dora some more? I don't want to hang out with Diego. I want to hang out with Dora.
I think at that point I was like a Dora hater. I was a hater.
You were a hater?
A 5-year-old hater. I was like, this sucks. This is for babies.
What the fuck? Dora's based.
It was like a maybe like 7-year-old hater. It was like when shows like The Backyardigans and like Little Einsteins were popping up on Disney, and I was like, this is for babies. They keep asking us questions, and I know that they can't hear us, So I'm going, when Bob the Builder says, yes, we can, I'm going to say, no, we can't.
Oh yeah, like that edgy, like Barney, like, I hate you, you hate me, like my dark and twisted soul.
Going on YouTube and looking up Barney's on fire or whatever.
Do you want to know the first time in my life I ever became a hater of a children's show that I felt I was being talked down to? Did you ever watch Blue's Clues as a kid?
Oh, who didn't?
I fucking loved Blue's Clues. I still love Blue's Clues. One time my niece was watching the original Blue's Clues, and I sat there, and Steve asked a question, and I excitedly answered it. As a fucking, like, 21-year-old fucking grown adult. And I was like, I need to leave the room now. But the first time in my life I'd ever felt hatred, contempt for a piece of media was when I was watching Blue's Clues. I was just having a good fucking time. And then suddenly out of nowhere, Blue became a fucking puppet that talked words. And they were like, yeah, this is Blue's room. Steve's not fucking here. Joe's not fucking here. But Blue can just talk English now, so it doesn't matter. And I was like, this is a perversion of everything I hold dear. This is everything I used to love is coming apart before my eyes.
Hashtag not my Blue.
Not my Blue. So naturally I got the plug and play game and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I didn't like the show. And that's what mattered. I remember one day my mom was like, do you want to go to Burger King? And I went to Burger King, and it felt as though I was going to Burger King to drown my sorrows about Blue's Room. Like, it was like the fucking 6-year-old equivalent of like, I need a fucking drink.
I need some chicken fries bad.
I need some.
This is pre-chicken fries.
I gotta get a SpongeBob Happy Meal toy. Or not,
and then you get
this meal.
You get the SpongeBob toy that just doesn't even move. It's just a statue.
Yeah, I don't remember what SpongeBob toys I got from Burger King, but I do know that I have one of the SpongeBob movie watches, which I can guarantee you I never used once. I think we'll talk about SpongeBob Burger King toys some other time, but I have a lot of them. I have a collection. Borderline, I should finish collecting them all because I probably could, and that would be funny. But yeah, no, like for some reason, Blue's Room, I just was not jazzed about it. I saw my niece like watching an episode since, and it's not like awful, but it's really boring. It doesn't engage me. It feels like, which it's weird because Blue's Clues is one of those other shows where they talk directly to you, the audience, and they wait for a response. But for some reason, when Steve does it, it doesn't feel like talking down. But when Puppet Blue does it, it does. I think. Did you see someone showed me a video of Steve from Blue's Clues a while ago where he was talking like, about,
I never forgot you, and then every single like millennial out there and Gen Zer and just started crying, be like, I never forgot you too.
That's not what I was talking about, but I do want to talk about that for a second because holy shit, it was funny because I tried to like show that to my aunt, and she's just like, who is this guy? And I was like, oh, you fucking take that back.
Well, was
like,
it
you don't know fucking Steve?
Was it the one where he was doing the audition and they were like,
yeah.
Nobody would wanna watch a show about this dweeb. Like,
yeah, it was like they tried to get like the handsome like boy next door guy, and it's just like, hey, can you like help me find some of Blue's Clues? And the kids were like, okay, I guess so. But then they show Steve. And the kids are like, we gotta this guy needs our help. We gotta help this guy. Someone described it as like Steve just looked so pathetic that he needed children's help, which I think is a really mean way of putting it. But I do like, there is a very natural inclination where Steve, like for some reason, it doesn't feel like he's talking down to the children. Like it's like you kind of just feel like you're on his level. Whereas then Puppet Blue has like, oh, hey guys, we gotta go fucking blow up the moon or whatever. And you're like, I guess so.
Whatever, Blue.
Lame baby,
whatever.
Yeah. I guess
she's not cool anymore.
No, she's not cool. I like Blue better when she just goes, bow, 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 bow. That's pretty good. I like that more. Blue's Clues also had a lot of like video games. I think there were like some CD-ROM games.
That's a CD-ROM kind of game.
Yeah, that feels like an easy translation. I greatly enjoyed playing some Sesame Street CD-ROM games as well. There was just a lot of good stuff there.
We were talking about Noggin earlier.
We sure were.
To talk about defunct TV baby show things is to do a disservice to not mention Cubo, aka the place that had the funniest fake video of all time. Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for nothing. Fucking Bob and Larry get shot.
It's so good. That video is so funny. That's so hilarious. Good.
So if you guys don't know, there's a children's network named Cubo that shut down. It shut down a couple years ago. And somebody made this obviously fake fucking YouTube video where it's like Cubo shutdown footage. And it's like a black screen with like characters that were on shows on Cubo with like text.
Majora's Mask music playing.
Yeah, like literal fucking Majora's Mask soundtrack, and there's text like, "We could have kept going if you'd continued watching, but
you
unfortunately,
have to save us."
You have to donate.
And then,
it was like,
as the timer ticks down, like all the characters get shot and killed.
Yeah, and it's like, thanks for nothing.
Yeah, thanks for nothing. And then it's even funnier because the phone number on there is a Rickroll if you dial it.
Oh, that's fucking good.
It's so good. And then the best part is that the creator of that video, in the comments, and whenever anyone says it's fake, he's like, "No, it's real, dude. This is real. This is
like,
real."
Insists that it's real.
And that like enraged like the Cubo fan base,
the Cubo community,
which is like, I'm surprised that's not just a bunch of 12-year-olds.
The fact that there's like a Cubo fucking wiki, like,
I mean, cataloging things is important, but
but it's one of those wikis.
It's also for like, baby shows.
There's like 300 pages, maybe.
And then it's just like that video enraged those guys so much, and he insists that it's a real video. It's so good. The Cubo drama is so good. Anyway, this is where I talk about weird backwater baby shows that somehow ended up in front of my eyeballs.
Yeah,
that
go for
you would never believe are real. So
wait, hold on. Is this Cubo related?
I don't think so. But
okay, look, I have one Cubo thing to add. I'll do it really quick. Since we're on the topic already, can we talk about Cubo VeggieTales for a minute? Because VeggieTales, of course, is a religious direct-to-video series, but they aired it on Cubo, and they made like a new version to make it not religious.
I see.
They like changed the kitchen segments and they edited a bunch of shit out. So that was like, I remember being excited to watch it because I liked VeggieTales when I was younger. But it was like this weird liminal version of VeggieTales where Jesus wasn't mentioned. Like,
I think as a kid, whatever VeggieTales I watched, I don't think I ever remember there being anything religious about it. So I might have been caught with like
maybe you
the backwater Cubo version. I remember there was like a VeggieTales DVD I had about Larry Boy having to save the town from some kid who lied once, and then the lie got out of control.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That's like, those are weird because those were the not Bible story. Like, most VeggieTales things are based on Bible stories, but then they made the Larry Boy ones, which totally aren't.
I'm gonna be honest. I think as a kid, I liked it because it wasn't Bible story. If it was Bible story, I think I would have been like, something's up with this. Because I had to go...
You would have caught it, yeah.
Yeah, I had to go to like... They call it CCD or whatever. I don't know, some like Christian thing or whatever. Like, oh, you gotta go here to learn about the Bible and Jesus. And every single time it was like an after school thing. So I was like, this sucks. I don't want to be here. I hate this.
You were like, I want to go home and play video games.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I want to go home and play video games. I don't want to do this. This sucks. This is stupid. And I never paid attention. So I think as a kid, if I happened to watch VeggieTales, it was almost certainly the not Jesus version, and that's why I think my memories of it were like, what? It was never
I was gonna say you don't remember that they closed every episode with "God made you special and He loves you very much."
Listen, I'm gonna be honest.
Every episode, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. It was probably just that one Larry Boy thing.
Okay, well that was. They probably still said that, but it's definitely less religious than most of it.
The only other VeggieTales thing I remember is there was some VeggieTales gummy, and the Larry the Cucumber one was very much a flavor that just was powerful. It wasn't cucumber flavor.
Oh, I wish they still.
But it was definitely powerful and green. It was green flavor.
We could borderline do a whole episode about VeggieTales. There's so much just weird VeggieTales shit, like how they were like, you know what this needs? We need to make a theatrical VeggieTales movie, and that like fucking bankrupted them. In their fucking hubris.
Well, are you ready for some backwater educational television?
Let's steer away from the Jesus and the VeggieTales gummy pals, and tell me about some of the other weird shit you watch.
All right, dear viewers and listeners, you don't get to see what I'm about to show, but you have Google. Hey Johnny.
Yeah.
Do you want to learn about the Shapies?
What the fuck is the Shapies?
Take a look.
What the fuck am I looking at? Okay, I feel a lot better about being into VeggieTales now. This looks like VeggieTales, except they're going to kill you in your sleep. What am I looking at?
So, this was, I think, an Australian 2002 CGI computer-generated imagery TV show.
It sure looks like it.
And the character names are quite good. We have the leader of the band, Bob Oblong. We have the silly clown of the band, Paul the Ball.
Wait. His name cannot possibly genuinely be Bob Oblong.
No, it sure is.
Wait, that's the name of the fucking character from the Oblongs too.
Well, listen.
Holy
there were
shit.
two Dennis the Menaces, and they were released on the same day, and were completely different, and they didn't know that. So maybe this is just a different Bob Oblong.
I think I'm gonna change my Discord name and profile picture to Bob Oblong.
Hopefully not the Shapies one.
Yeah, the Shapies one.
Oh dear.
Of
I don't know which one that is, but look, we got.
I'll send you a picture of what came up on Google.
We got Rex the Rectangle. We got Sarah Circle. We got Sally Cylinder. Sammy Square, Starry Star, Perry Pyramid, Connie Cone, and then a bunch of other who cares.
Can we talk about how Harry Pyramid is not like every other name? They're like, oh, it's alliteration or it's
no, it is.
Like...
It's Perry, like the platypus.
Oh, Perry Pyramid. I thought you said Harry Pyramid, and I was like, that's just they didn't even try with that one, but they did.
I don't remember anything about this show, except for it's disgusting looking. And
sure
every character had like a character song, like
oh no,
and they would reuse these character songs, like every episode all the time. It was like each individual character had their own theme song.
It'd be like a Sailor Moon like transformation sequence, except every fucking character had a song.
Yeah, I think like the Square had like a didgeridoo or something.
Oh Jesus Christ!
That's how you know it's Australian. Anyway, hey, you want to learn about another show?
Do I? Is it gonna be Shapies tier?
A little less Shapies tier. I have to Google image things, which I never like doing.
No, it's always a bad idea.
I don't know what channels, I don't know what networks these things showed up on. All right. But
yeah.
Do you want to learn about the planets?
The planets?
Do you want to learn about the how the planets work?
Sure.
Well, I got the crew of aliens for you. Meet the Zula Patrol.
Daro, was your childhood just made up of like watching things that look like fucking like 2015 meme edits? Because like these all look like they were invented to be like parodies of children's shows.
Okay, to be fair, this one wasn't on Backwater Television. This was on PBS Kids.
Oh no. By the way, this is gonna be lost on our listeners, but can I send you a piece of Shapies artwork that really solidifies what I've just said?
All right, let's look at some Shapies lore. That's the name of the episode, Shapies lore.
Shapies lore.
That looks like
literally looks like a fucking meme edit.
That looks terrible.
These all look like fucking meme edits. Like, none of these look like real, organic fucking, like, pieces of history.
I don't like this. We need to stop posting Shapies. Shapies lore runs deep, but we don't need to look at it.
Has my profile picture updated yet?
Yeah, it sure has.
I'm glad.
Anyway, Zula Patrol was less unhinged. Like, that was my jam as a kid, because as a kid I thought, like, oh, the planets are so cool, and now I'm like, ooh, I hate space. I don't want to look there. I'm going to turn around.
I like the planets. I think they're neat. I liked them a lot more when I was younger, though. I read books about them. I didn't watch
The thing
shows.
is that, like, the planets all had, like, faces.
Yeah, I don't like that none.
It was, it was...
Do I know? I don't know if I want to know.
I have one last piece of CGI nightmare.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So, are you ever in trouble?
I
kind
of feel like I'm in trouble right now.
Do you ever need to be saved?
Why are you asking me these questions? Am I gonna be okay?
Because, you see, we have the gang for you, the Save-Ums.
Whoa. What is with that poor football-headed penguin? Jesus Christ.
I
want to go back to talking about VeggieTales, because I think we need Jesus after this.
I think what we learned is that my childhood is just messed up.
And so what we have learned applies to our lives today, and God has a lot to say in
And
his
he
book.
sure says, Daro, stop watching this. Oh my goodness, what are you doing?
Watch VeggieTales instead and learn the good word.
I like this, I like one of those character designs from the Save. I don't remember anything about the Save.
I don't like any of these character designs.
I like the one the guy that looks like a pillow.
That is pretty funny.
A flesh-colored pillow.
I don't like that he's flesh-colored, because it makes me wonder if he feels like a pillow or if he feels like really fucked up human skin.
I can't believe early 2000s baby shows when they were putting CGI in it. Oh man,
when they first learned how to use CGI, it's weird to me, because I was gonna say when they first learned how to use CGI, it was horrifying, and I hate that it keeps circling back around to this. I believe the first baby show to use CGI was VeggieTales, which looks better than all of these combined.
That's also because they're a bunch of circles.
The fucking Shapies are a bunch of circles, and they look like shit.
Yeah, that's right. They look like Emoji Movie knockoffs.
It's not just circles, John. There's a triangle in there.
There's an oblong in there.
Yeah, there's what shape? An oblong's not a shape.
They look like they came from like Reboot, but like the rejected pilot of Reboot, because Reboot looks better than the Shapies.
It's an early pre-alpha build of Reboot.
And Reboot was the first CGI television show that I know of, and that looks better than the Shapies.
Reboot looks so much better than this upon a quick Google. Because Reboot looks like a PS1 FMV.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the computer.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like Zula Patrol, the characters just look like normal.
Zula Patrol, like, by comparison to everything else that we've seen in the last, 20 minutes, looks like a fucking professionally animated, modern show.
The funny thing about Zula Patrol is that all the planets could talk, but they were from the planet Zula, and planet Zula could not talk.
Wait, hold on. So, you're telling me that the characters are the planet, like Earth is a character.
Yeah,
Mars
Earth is a character. The moon is a character.
Your anus is a character.
Yes.
And yet, all of these characters live on another bigger planet that cannot talk.
No.
What?
The planets, they're in their solar system. That's where they live. Wait,
so they're just kind of floating around?
Yeah, they move on their. Don't worry about it. There was an episode when Earth felt like he was like, or I don't remember if Earth was a boy or a girl in this universe, but Earth was like, I don't feel loved over here. I'm going away. And then Earth left the solar system and got all cold, which is like untold amounts of horrendous death and destruction happening down on the planet. But I'm sure it was only like for 20 seconds. It wasn't that bad. These are living creatures because they can talk and have eyeballs. I'm pretty sure they have they're warm-blooded. It's okay. We were fine. But the aliens, they live on planet Zula, and their planet Zula does not talk. It is not a sentient planet. This is like sense. Alternate reality, a solar system where maybe like planet Zula is a part of our solar system that doesn't talk, and then they just go to a different solar system that's our solar system, but all the celestial bodies can talk.
Daro, can I go off on a bit of a tangent that is related to Zula Patrol?
Oh, go off.
I'm looking at the voice cast of Zula Patrol.
Yep.
And of the main characters, including the Zula Patrol and the villains, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, who is the current voice of Tails the Fox, voices 4 fucking characters.
Oh my
4
goodness.
of them. Cam Clark, it looks like, also voices 2. Cam Clark was Leonardo in the original Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Does Tails voice any of the planets?
There's not a voice cast listed for the planets here. I'll look. But Tails voices Zeter, Wizzy, Traxie, and Deliria.
These sound like rejected Pac-Man Ghostly Adventure friends.
You're not wrong, except if they were Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures characters, they'd be named like fucking Bob Oblong. Because they'd all be shape puns.
It always goes back to the Shapies. The Shapies lore runs deep.
Shapies has better character names than fucking Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. I mean, fucking, they're like, okay, guys, we need to give Pac-Man 2 friends. What do we call them? Spiral and Cylindria. Cool. What are we calling the villains? Lord Betrayus, who has 2 butlers, who has a butler named Butler, whose face is a butt, and also has a scientist named Dr. Buttocks. Like, fuck it. People got paid to make that.
I remember when
I
remember when they first teased that show, and it was like, oh yeah, they're super excited for this show.
I'm confused. Hang on. I went to behind the voice actors for Zula Patrol because I was looking to see if the planets were listed, and they're not. And it actually lists different voice actors for all of Colleen O'Shaughnessy's characters, so I'm confused.
Oh no. Mostly
Nancy Cartwright and Trace McNeil.
Well, looks like we have to find out ourselves.
I guess it's time. Maybe she just got replaced at some point. I'm not sure. Frank Welker's in there too, because Frank Welker is in everything.
Listen, we have time after this podcast. We can watch a 30-minute episode.
I don't know if that's true. We have time after that podcast, or after this podcast might be true. We can watch a 30-minute episode. That depends on your definition of we and on your definition of can. Because I don't know if I'm
my definition
capable. Is this fucking fetish art of Zula Patrol?
God.
It's not explicitly fetish art, but just the way this character's drawn, I'm pretty sure this person also draws porn.
I was going to say my definition of we can is the song from Sonic Heroes that I don't like because it's not good.
Oh my god.
That person totally does draw. All right, I don't want to look at that. I don't look at that.
I'm gonna look through their other art. I'll delete it for you. I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
Welcome to the Train of Thought podcast about baby shows. Today we're going to DeviantArt.
Is this fetish art? Hang on. That did not take long.
Do you need to run it by me to ask? What?
No, I'm not gonna fucking link it to you. You don't need to see everything that I'm looking at. There is a piece on their account entitled "Caked Up B," so I think we can determine. Oh yeah, okay, yep, okay. That was all I wanted to know. That's enough of that. I'll save that for later. Could you? Maybe I'm flying close to the sun here, but do you think there's someone who like? Do you think there? Do you think there's someone on this earth who just really likes to whack it to Zula Patrol porn? It's funny to me because most of the time when people draw art like that of baby shows, it makes me like viscerally uncomfortable. But with Zula Patrol, the idea of someone doing that is so absurd, and I have no attachment to the source material that I just think it's really funny.
Oh yeah, I gotta look at Jupiter's big Jupiter.
Jupiter's big old joke.
Jupiter, I mean, you have the biggest moons in the solar system.
What are you doing, step planet?
Are the Earth and the Moon siblings?
Oh no! Oh, I'm stuck in this star field, Moon. You gotta help me. You remember the Earth-chan trend from a few years back. You know that people will jack off to everything, including planets. Oh my Christ! Holy shit!
Why is this the one that had to be the baby show episode?
Why did we have to? Yeah, it was preeminent. Between we recorded 2 podcasts today, and between podcasts, we talked about Rule 34 for some reason. So it was just we were doomed from the start. I may have started it. Maybe. Possibly. Definitely. It feels worse when I say it was because of my Twitter timeline. It's not my fault. That makes it sound like it is my fault. It wasn't my fault.
Johnny out here is like it poured.
I didn't like any of those posts. I was just observing.
Unwillingly.
One of them was a meme. Technically. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. If I could go back in time and prevent those posts from appearing on my timeline, I might. Sorry, I was thinking about
I remember seeing a post that was like, "Have you ever thought about using Larry the Cucumber as vibrator?"
Are we about to play a game of how long will it take? We just googling the word VeggieTales. No.
For context, viewers, How Long Will It Take is a hit new video game where Johnny goes on Google Images and regrets life choices.
I just search up the name of a character and I see how long it takes. For example, I googled Rouge de Bat earlier and it was about 4 images deep.
If you're wondering how long it takes until what, you know.
Yeah, if you have to ask, you'll never know.
If you have to ask, you weren't listening to the past 5 minutes of the podcast.
That's true. We have 4 minutes left. I've just discovered that they sell box sets on the Big Idea. Well, not the Big Idea. Big Idea doesn't exist anymore. But the VeggieTales website, where in a couple volumes you can obtain box sets of every single fucking VeggieTales.
Do you think they have that for Shapies? Do you think Shapies is on YouTube?
No, I don't think they have that for Shapies. What the fuck? Who's gonna buy that?
Do you think the Shapies are on YouTube?
They could be. There's a lot of other things. Do you know what is on YouTube? That's a baby show.
There's some clips. There's the character song clips from the official Shapies potentially. Oh, cool! I scroll down and I see Miss Spider Patch with Ted Cruz Spider.
I hope this is the official Shapies account because it only has 500 subscribers and that's really funny. You know what is on YouTube in its entirety is I'm working on a video right now and not to spoil anything, but I had to do some research into the Christian Broadcasting Network, and they co-produced an anime in the 80s called Superbook, which is about 2 children finding a magical Bible and going into the magical Bible to witness Bible stories. And
ick.
Holy shit. I watched the first episode of it out of curiosity, and it's really fucking funny because Basically, what happens, I'll just summarize this quick. We're near out of time, and I just kind of want to talk about Superbook. These kids can't be older than like fucking 5 or 6. The one kid, his dad's like, he gets home from school, and his dad's like, "You gotta clean the fucking attic, loser." And he's like, "I don't want to clean the attic." And his dad's like, "Well, too bad, you're cleaning the attic." He's like, "Okay, fine, I guess I'll clean the attic." And they find the magical Bible, and the Bible's like, "Come, children, learn the story of Adam and Eve." And they go into the Garden of Eden.
And then Adam and Eve are just wearing clothes for some reason, probably.
No, Adam and Eve are fully naked the entire time. I'm not kidding.
That's great.
They have like Barbie doll anatomy, so you don't see anything, but they are fully naked the entire time, which is never commented upon. Also, Adam and Eve are really quick to accept these fucking children. Because the boy's like toy robot gets turned into an actual robot, and so the kids go up to Adam and Eve and they're like, "Hey, we're from the future," and Eve's like, "Oh, cool. Is your robot from the future too?" Which is fucking insane.
Does she know the word robot?
Yeah, she just knows the word. They speak full just fucking English. It's great. But yeah, like this all happens. They eventually the robot has to bear witness to Eve eating the fucking forbidden fruit from the tree, and they don't like sugarcoat it. They're like, Adam and Eve were banished from the Garden of Eden. They had all the knowledge of good and evil, but they could never cry all of their tears or laugh all of their laughter.
They're like, these kids are from the future, and they're like, "No, Eve, don't eat the apple. Don't do it." And then they say that, and then they just get erased from existence, because then it's like, because I don't know Bible lore. Like, unlike
that's the funny part is they seem deeply unfamiliar with Adam and Eve, because the kid's just like, "I don't know why, but I feel like we shouldn't have left Eve alone. Let's go have the robot check on her."
Unlike Shapies lore, Bible lore doesn't run deep.
No, not really. And unlike Shapies lore, kids don't know the Bible. They know Shapies. The timer ran out, but I think I'll finish the Superbook thought, and then we can maybe, unless you have something to add.
I have a Superbook to share with you.
Let me take a look. What the fuck? Kingdom Hearts Bible?
So, if you have never seen
That's insane.
This lovely book of Kingdom Hearts Christian edition of blonde-haired Sora holding presumably the Bible. And like brown hair.
That's exactly
Kyrie.
the same design as the Superbook, by the way. It's just a book with a cross on the front.
Oh, awesome! Don't open it upside down. You'll get the unsuperbook.
I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised, because the plot of the second season of Superbook is that they drop the Bible on a computer keyboard, and that somehow digitizes the Superbook and sucks the dog into the computer, literally just by dropping a book on a keyboard.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like, computers are evil because God didn't invent them.
There's probably something like that in there.
Oh yeah, we talked about it in episode 1.
Yeah. Here, I want to finish. I want to finish the So basically, the robot. They're like, let's go send the robot to check on Eve, and Eve goes and or the robot goes to check on Eve, but he needs to be wound up to move, and so he's like, "No, Eve, do not eat the apple." And the kids arrive just in time to see Eve eat the apple, and they're like, "Yes, Adam and Eve were banished. They could not cry all of their tears or laugh all of their laughter because they were disobedient to God, and they will be punished for the ends of time." And then, like, the kids come out of the Bible, and he goes back to the main one goes back to the attic, and his dad's like, "You were supposed to be cleaning the attic. I told you that you can't be disobedient." And the kid, like, clearly with the fear of God instilled into him, is like, I know all about disobedience, Dad. I'm sorry, I'll clean the attic." And he's like, "Really? You'll do anything I say? You'll make me dinner?" And he's like, "Okay, Dad. Yeah, whatever. I'll make you dinner." And this kid's like 5. It's like, "Oh, okay, Dad. I'll make you dinner. Yeah, that's fine."
I don't want to keep it going longer, but
no, that's about all I have for Superbook.
I looked up Superbook on Google Images.
It's in the Superbook.
And there's a reboot.
There sure is. It's still running currently.
That's wrong. I don't like this. It
sure is. Tune in next time for the episode about Superbook. That's a joke. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe
no.
sometime. I'm sure I'll watch more of it because the song has not left my... Is that... Okay, false alarm. I thought that was Superbook Rule 34. It's not. It's fine.
Yeah.
The robot is just in a kind of weird place, but it's actually like a very, very PG image upon inspecting
We need
it
to
further.
stop because as we don't keep that there.
It's fine.
Anyway,
Nothing wrong with that.
To wind our train of thought back.
Yeah, we've gone a little off the rails. There's been a couple casualties, but
yeah, Zula Patrol was never the same.
Yeah, the Zula Patrol actually was ejected from the train earlier because
ejected from the solar system.
Yeah, ejected out into the solar system.
Oh, don't say ejected out of the solar system. No.
You were the one who said it. Because we found out that Bula, one of the members of the Super Patrol, was actually the person looking up Rouge Rule 34 on our central computer.
The
so,
Super
we had to
Patrol?
get rid of him. The Super Patrol. The
Anyway, there was also the Savums, which we talked about. Football head penguin for 2 seconds. We learned about Bob Oblong from the Shapies.
We sure did learn about Bob Oblong.
Bob Oblong and the Shapies lore about how it's disgusting.
There is a very long conversation about Rule 34 somewhere in there.
We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, I think we've more than covered our quota.
I talked about the Larry the Cucumber green flavored gummy that I don't know what flavor it was, but it was very powerful.
And the lead into that was we were talking about the butchered Cubo version of VeggieTales where they were like, maybe dial back the Jesus stuff a little bit.
Because it all started when we were talking about dead networks, such as Cubo, Thanks for Nothing.
Yeah,
2006 to 2021.
Speaking of dead, all the Cubo characters also died. Before Cubo, I think we were talking about Noggin. We were talking about Noggin.
We didn't like the face.
We didn't like the face, but we did like the moose and the bird. We like Play With Me Sesame. We like the fucking
We don't like
Flash
Puppet,
games.
Blue's Clues. She's not allowed to talk.
No, she's unbased, unlike actual good Christian Blue. Dora the Explorer. You didn't like
No
it.
Diego,
I
no.
it. No Diego, no. We didn't even talk about how they like rebooted Dora to make her a tween at some point.
My god, they did do that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that some other time.
I don't think Dora has a show anymore. I think she's...
No, they made a movie. I heard the movie was pretty good.
Well, see, the movie was good because it was like meta humor and like, this is a kids movie about a dumb kids baby show, so we're fully aware of it.
Weirdly, according to Wikipedia, Dora the Explorer basically ended in 2014, but they left the final 6 episodes unaired until 5 years later in 2019.
The Vault.
There's a sequel series? Oh, that's over too.
And it all started because we wanted to talk about with about wiping our butts. Oh, I forgot to mention the comfy couch, the clown of the comfy couch. I had a
big
VHS
comfy
of that.
couch. Do you want
I
to
had a VHS of that, and then she did a dance on the clock on the clock mat, and I think it was like a 5-minute VHS or something. I don't know.
Do you want to know a piece of lore about the big comfy couch?
I love lore.
The main character in that, Lunette, is played by Allison Court, who is, other than Big Comfy Couch, she's most famous for voicing Claire Redfield in the original Resident Evil 2.
I was like, isn't the clown like a voice actress? And it's like, oh yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's in a bunch of Resident Evil games, is the most notable thing she's done as a voice actress. But she's in just a bunch of stuff.
Claire in the Big Comfy Couch.
There's been a zombie
infestation. The puppet like clown sidekick is just Moushly.
I kind of want to know if there's somebody should do like crossover art where it's like Claire Redfield doing the clock thing. I think that'd be funny. It looks like no one's done that, which is kind of a shame. But yeah, think about all the baby shows from your youth. Don't think about Rule 34.
Don't think about Googling them. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Google any of them, especially if they're the Zula Patrol. But
only look it up on Wikipedia.
Do like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you're not on YouTube, you should follow us. You should rate the episode. Maybe check us out on social media.
Give us a comment.
Johnny V.
Give us a comment. Give us a comment. A review.
Give me a pat
Talk
on the
about
head.
your favorite.
God damn it! I'm sorry. I was looking up Claire Redfield Big Comfy Couch, and there's more fucking fetish art.
Okay, awesome. Talk about not
Can't
your
have fucking anything.
Don't talk about your fetish art in the review or comments. Talk about your favorite baby show as a kid. You know, maybe you like
God.
Bear in the Big Blue House. Maybe you like PB&J Otter. Maybe you're a Zoomer and you're really, really into Doc McStuffins. All right, I don't know.
Maybe you like Bluey.
Maybe you're a Special Agent Oso kind of guy. I don't know.
Bluey and Little Einsteins have both been on in the fucking break room at work for some reason, so that's fun.
Well, I know who's a fan of baby shows, and it's whoever Johnny's employer is.
Someone likes to watch Bluey and fucking Little Einsteins in the break room. Well, I've been thinking about putting on YouTube in there. Another time. Tangent. I'm Johnny.
I've been Daro.
Please go away.
But then come back.
Yeah, come back for the next episode.
Where we won't talk about porn.
I can't promise that.